So just look at me. Great, that's your before. And then there'll be an after at the end. So, whoa! This is a good start. Let's press record and then drop everything on the floor. Now I usually
There'll be quite a funny bloopers.
I'll put it in. That's really good. Okay, so I'm going to start. Is that okay? So hello everyone. I haven't done a video for a while, I'm sorry, but today I've got a very special guest with me. This is lovely Tirzah. Say hi.
Hi.
Tirzah's just finished her exams, hooray! And we're going to get Tirzah ready for her prom. Now I can't do Tirzah's prom makeup because she's not from South East London. Where do you live, Tirzah?
Cirencester.
Right, and Cirencester is where I grew up. And I've actually known you all your life. Now the sad thing is, I moved away when you were probably mum help. If I moved away in 2000, whoa, long time. I went 98, I left for school.
Oh, that was before Tirzah was born. She
Right.
was born in 2002.
So I started uni in 2002.
Wow.
But yeah, I held you as a tiny baby. The weird thing is, Steff, is I'm remembering people say this about me. You know, like mum and dad's friends, and you're doing the whole like, oh, that's nice, don't really know who you are. But I've known you for a long time, even if you've not known me necessarily. So they have come down. Steff, come and say hi.
Hi.
This is mum.
So exciting.
So we used to go to the same church in Cirencester. So that's how we know each other. So, Tirzah, tell me a little bit about you and makeup while I get your skin ready. Do you wear much?
A bit. Usually just eyeshadow and a bit of mascara.
Yeah.
Concealer when I start breaking out.
Okay. And we want to do something a bit more for prom, don't we?
Yes.
Do you want to tell people watching what you're wearing?
I'm wearing a navy dress with like a frill, sort of. Round.
It's so lovely. So
it's
it's
nicer than it sounds when you explain it.
It's high neck. It's high neck kind of with a short collar, isn't it? But then off the shoulder.
Yeah.
Quite fitted at the hip.
Yeah.
Floaty skirt with a slit.
Yeah.
And then this lovely kind of sheer layer that hangs over the top. You're going to look so pretty. So I'm going to prep Tirzah's skin. I'm using the Clinique Moisture Surge Hydrating Lotion. My application might look a bit strange, but that's because we're sitting at the end of the sofa. My last...
Like a one-person seat.
I know. The last time I filmed though, I sat on the normal way, and actually the light wasn't very good. So we'll do it this way. There we go. So that lotion is just super light for some younger people, and their skin produces a little bit more oil than those of us who are a bit older, so you don't need to layer quite so much hydrators. And then I'm going to use, because Tirzah's got great looking skin, I'm just going to use some of the Laura Mercier oil-free tinted moisturiser, and this is the colour Bisque. So just a little, starting through the centre of the face. Now this is an oil-free tinted moisturiser, so unlike ones with oil in, it won't be quite as luminous, but it will be slightly more long wearing. So once you've got the tinted moisturiser on your skin, I used a brush to apply it, but now I'm using my fingers just to work the product into the skin, and as always just take off any excess on my hands. Now I'm lucky in that I've got very dry hands, which is good for a makeup artist, so I'm not transferring either sweat or oil from my hands to Tirzah's skin, but if you do, then use something like a beauty blend or a Real Technique sponge or something. Lovely. Let's do some concealer. I'm first going to do some corrector. I'm going to use one by Bobbi Brown. I think probably, actually I'm going to use the Bisque. So quite a pinky toned corrector. I'm just going to take the corrector through the inner corner of the eye. And it's that colour, if you take a look, looks a bit odd, but it's that pinky colour that cancels out any shadow under the eye and immediately brightens. Then I'll just use my ring finger to work it into the skin before doing a tiny bit of concealer on top. Your eyes are such a pretty colour.
Thank you.
Look at that. So that's just corrector, but you can see how much brighter it is. Then I'm just going to take some of the L'Oreal Infallible concealer on top. This stuff is amazing. It is the best dupe. Just look straight down the lens for me, darling. I'd say for the Tarte Shape Tape. But it's a fraction of the price. You guys know I love my Tarte Shape Tape. But this stuff is honestly just as good. So that makes the skin under the eye more skin tone correct. Great. So before we set with powder, I'm going to do a little bit of a creamy blush. And I'm going to use an old favourite, and that's the Bobbi Brown Powder Pink cream blush, because I just love how it looks on the skin. So Tirzah, if you just look in the camera and smile. I know it feels a bit weird, doesn't it? You're like, smile, why? I'm just going to take a little bit of that cream blush just on the apple of the cheek and then blend it back towards the temples.
Exciting.
Okay, so now the blush is on, I'm just going to set some of what we've done, and I'm just using, this is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I also really love the Rimmel Stay Matte. That's a great option. So I'm just going to use a little brush just to set the T-zone. So between the brows and down the nose, you want to set this bit just at the front of the cheek and then under the eye, if you look up for me. So those are the key areas really to lock your makeup, oh, a bit on the chin, to lock your makeup in place. Then you can see Tirzah actually's got a natural, really pretty highlight over the top of the cheek, which we'll keep. Now Tirzah, you have got great brows. So I'm just going to brush them up to start with and see what needs doing, if anything actually. Just to sit up a bit, babe. There she is. I think just a bit of combing up. Oh, pretty. Okay. So all we're going to do, I'll give you a brush to take home so you can do that yourself.
Oh, thank you.
Let's just, I'm just going to use a bit of, this is the Clear Brow, what do they call it? Yeah, Clear Brow Gloss by Blink Brow Bar London. I'm just going to take that through the brows, brush them up and keep them in place for the day. Tirzah, what women would give to have brows like yours? Look at that.
I do actually get some compliments for my brows.
I bet you do. That feels a bit wet initially, but that will dry. And you'll just have gorgeously brushed up brows. Now if I was doing your makeup for a magazine, I wouldn't do anything else, by the way. I'd stop exactly there. But you're not being photographed for a magazine, you're going to your prom, so I'll carry on. Let's do some eyes, shall we? So this is an eye foil by Lottie London, and this is it's a copper colour. It's called Faded. I wonder why it's called Faded. Anyway, I'm just going to sweep off any excess concealer on Tirzah's eyelid, and then look down for me. Oh, Tirzah's so pretty. And then just take a bit of this over the lid straight from the doe foot. Because Tirzah, you can take this one home with you.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. And then just buff it out with a brush. Got the base copper colour, but then some really pretty silver flecks of glitter running through it. Step forward for me. Pretty. I'll take a bit of that along the lower lashes as well. I'm just doing this using a Crown C510 brush. Feel free to blink at any time, it's fine. So you just want to get it right under the lashes and then buff out again with a bigger brush. And this is a Crown C511. Nice! Let's line it.
Also, when I looked down, I was like this.
It's funny, isn't it?
You know when you're told to do something that's easy and then you forget how to do it?
I know, but the thing is, most people when I say look down, they look up. It's like, it's funny how people's like reaction is so different. Yeah. Or I'm like, look down and out this way, and they're like, oh. It's like some kind of
I'm glad it's not
aptitude
just
test.
me then.
Absolutely not. Okay, we're coming to eyeliner now, and I'm going to use my beloved Delilah gel line in Ebony, just with an eyeliner brush, but I've got a clean brush ready to smudge it because I do love a kind of smudgy liner look. So just look down for me. I'm just going to take the liner, feel free to blink, it's no problem. Just push it all the way along the lash line, right in to the very base of the lashes, all the way along the lash line, ready to smudge in just a sec. And then with the brush, just go ahead and buff the line all the way along for a pretty smoky finish. Nice.
That's nice.
Nice. So we started framing the eyes with a little bit of liner. Now we have to curl your lashes. How do you feel about that? Just you keep looking straight ahead. I'm going to take the colour to the base of the lashes and then just pulse. Well done. Feels weird, doesn't it?
My eye is going to water.
Okay, we'll do some mascara, and actually I'll stand up again. If you could see this tiny square that we are cramped in. My goodness. Feel free to blink. And this is Scandalise Reloaded by Rimmel. Okay, so just take it. Nice, look at you. Let's just take, this is the Rose Golds palette, again by Lottie London. Look how pretty those colours are. I'm just going to take a little bit of that.
Really nice.
Aren't they lovely? I'm going to take just a little bit of warmth through the crease of the eyes. I'm just taking these two matte colours together. You'll just catch me frowning a little bit there. Just look straight ahead. I just want to take the brush just through the socket ever so slightly, just to intensify that colour there a little bit. But I'm just being sure to not make this too hard, because a really heavy socket actually I think can be a bit ageing. And you are young and beautiful.
Thank you.
So do you feel that? You just slip the brush like in the socket of the eye. So where you feel the bone, that's where you just go back and forward with your brush. Really nice. And then in the inner corner, it's going to take some of this slightly goldy sparkle, put it down. Let me see a tiny bit of bronzer. Now this is quite pricey. This is the Hourglass Radiant Bronze Light. I'm just going to do a little bit. You're naturally quite olivey toned anyway, but let's just add a little bit of warmth through the temple. I'll just do a little through the top of the forehead, not much.
I saw this thing, is it in like the 3 pattern?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, so like a 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I just want to do a tiny bit of highlighter, not loads. This is by Becca, and this is the Opal. Actually, Opal's my favourite, closely followed by Champagne Pop. Oh, that looks lovely. Okay, let's do the other side. So just right at the top of the cheekbones. Great. Now, I don't want to do loads of lip, actually, because I think You've got lovely full lips naturally, but sometimes when you're quite young, I think lipstick can look a bit like you're trying to look older. Do you know what I mean? So I think if we keep your lips just quite glossy, that would be really pretty. So I'm just using, this is one of the Clarins Instant, I always get it wrong, Instant Light Natural Lip Perfectors, which are essentially coloured glosses, and this is number 4. I'll just press that over your lips. It's just a really soft pink, makes your lips feel lovely, they look really glossy. So there we go. That's just, I'm going to zoom in on you a little. Ah, there we have it. A soft, glowing, slightly coppery prom makeup. How does that feel?
Very nice.
Do you feel pretty?
Yeah.
Yay! That's the aim of the game. So we shall love you and leave you all now. Get the windows open so we can cool down a little bit. But guys, if you've got any questions about the makeup we've just done, then please pop them in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye. I've forgotten something actually. Hang on. This will be like a little blooper. All of you going to prom, I highly recommend Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. Now I love this stuff. I don't use it all the time because I think it's important to let your skin breathe, but it is great for keeping your makeup in place. So I'm just going to spritz you. Close your eyes. I'm going to do 2 more. There we go. So you'll have a bit of a glow initially because it's wet, but it's almost like makeup glue. So that will keep everything as it should be for prom, okay? So that, my friend, is for you. Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, you need it.